back to Talks with Friends. Today we are joined by Aaron.
just making sure, because I'm like, hello. Those are so close to your talk. Okay.
All right, we are on the air. Aaron, good to have you here, buddy.
Hey, Phil. Nice to meet you again.
We're in Aaron's room where he's got some new monitors. He's got his... What is this called?
This is my reflector telescope.
Reflector telescope.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is cool AF, guys.
We've used this many times together when we're looking at the moon and the planets.
If I'm here late enough, maybe we put it back up again.
We'll do more stargazing this summer.
We will get into Aaron's interest after our intro joke. Did you think of any good jokes?
I have a joke, but it's kind of lame, but we can give it a try.
Perfect.
Okay. Let's see. So why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
Why?
Because it got stuck in the crack.
Oh, that's a visual joke.
It's one of the dad jokes I found on the internet. It was I thought it was funny.
That's perfect. I love it. Okay, so if you are friends with me, you probably know that Aaron is a musician, but for anyone not listening, he makes piano music.
Yes, I am a self-taught pianist and composer. I've been doing this for about 11, 12 years now.
Nice.
Yes, so I just passed my 10 year, so that's when I bought my new digital grand piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta put photos up of that. I think sweet.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, we'll put pictures up there so you know how it looks like.
Yeah, at the end we'll plug Aaron's music. He is way better at piano than anyone I've met, so it's good stuff. And for your third album, you teamed up with some other musicians.
Yes, on my third album, Love Letter, that came out last year, 2024. I had a violinist accompany me for the first time because all my other two albums was just piano solo. So this one is a piano and violin.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun.
He's just spicing it up a little bit. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
And each of your albums kind of has like a concept or a theme to it seems too.
Yeah. Each song has their own specific meaning. I won't go too much detail, but if you read the title of my songs of each album, they all represent something part of my life.
Yeah.
But it's just too much to explain. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to find these types of titles for your music because like you're playing something, you're like, what do I call this? Like, do I call this or that? And then you kind of play it again, and you kind of have to like, what does this melody like? What does it represent? Or what does it remind you of?
Yep.
And you can kind of use like your past history and kind of put that into music. Yeah. Define the title of the music.
Yeah, and you've done a great job with it too. And
appreciate it.
Whenever I make an instrumental, I always do like book names. I'm like, this reminds me of that book, and then I'm like, well, there it is. Just so it's not like beep boop number 4 or whatever.
I know. It's like those classical music you see like prelude in like A sharp or like those classical piano names.
Yep.
Yeah, those classical artists. Yeah.
Get out of here, classical. We're going moods and feelings.
I was like, those titles are kind of lame. Like, I mean, no offense, they're great music.
Yeah.
But like the titles could be better.
And so, do you listen to a lot of classical then, or what's? I know your major influence if you want to share it with everyone.
I don't really listen to a lot of classical music. The only classical music I like is Clair de Lune by Debussy.
So beautiful.
I know. That's like the only classical piano piece I love. Like, it's just so beautiful. And then obviously Clair de Lune is Moonlight in translation. So when I look at the moon and I play that song, it fits perfectly. Like, it's gorgeous. Yes.
It's timeless. It was 100, 200, 300 years old?
Something
I have no
like
idea.
That. It
and
is
it's
an old
like
song.
the moon is timeless. You look up at it and you see the same thing that Debussy?
Debussy. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about Yuruma? Didn't you get to meet him? Or
Yeah, I met Yuruma twice in the past 5 years or so. Yeah, so in 2017 I met him in Seattle. We had it at the Benaroya Hall. And that's when that was my first concert of like seeing Yuruma and actually get to meet him for the first time. So it was a really cool experience. I get to I shook his hand. I said some few things about like, how his music inspired me to make my own music and to play his music. Yep. And then 2 years later in 2019, I saw him again in Seattle at the same hall. And for some reason, he said he remembered me and my mom. Like, he remembered me.
Wow.
I was like, really? After all these like concerts you've had in the past, you still remember me and my mom?
Well, probably
I was kind of shocked.
The next time you see him, it'll be at your concert and he'll be shaking your hand.
I was like, if he remembers me and goes to my concert one day, then I'll be like, what?
That's the dream.
So So it was amazing. He's a very humble guy, very nice guy, and yeah, he makes a lot of like beautiful compositions. And then yeah, obviously for those who are listening, if you don't know who Yurima is, he's well known for River Flows in You, Kiss the Rain. You've heard those songs before, I'm sure. It's very popular amongst the piano community.
Yep.
So yeah.
I mean, you want to be inspired by the best, so that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You took a trip to Japan. Was it 2 years ago now?
It's 2 years ago. Yes, 2023 of May. Yeah, so 2 years ago. Man, that was my first time out of the country.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I went with my friend Justin. He lives in Federal Way or Seattle.
Yeah.
So since Portland Airport or Portland International Airport, they don't really do international flights.
Yeah.
So I basically drove about 2 hours to his place, spent the night there, and then together we went to SeaTac Airport, and then we went there across the Pacific Ocean to Japan. Man, that flight was long. I think it was like a 9 or 10 hour flight, the longest
man.
flight of my life.
Can you sleep on flights, or are you just up the
I
whole
fell
time?
asleep. Like
Oh,
I was
good,
knocked
good.
out. It was so long. It was literally a hotel in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt nice too. We took not sponsored by any of these companies I'm about to say, but yeah, we went on Delta Airlines because that was the cheapest.
Yeah, I always fly Delta.
Yeah,
I
and
love
then
it.
when you go to like out of the country, like especially Japan, they
Yeah.
give you like a pillow, a blanket. They even give you slippers, like
Oh, you got
little sandal
slippers?
slippers.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They're very cheap though, but it's comfortable to wear, like in the plane. And then like the meals they give you are like Japan related food, which is really
Yeah.
nice. And they do have like 2 meals as well.
Got you into the culture a little before you landed.
Before you land.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
spent a week there or 2 weeks.
About a week. And honestly, a week is not enough. If you want
Nah.
to spend time in Tokyo, Japan, or like go like different cities in Japan, like Kyoto or Osaka, you're gonna need to stay for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that's a week is not enough.
Are you foreshadowing another visit then? Do you think you'll-
It's funny because my mom and I think my dad, we were supposed to go this year
Yeah.
in April because my mom wanted to see the wisteria flowers because around mid-April is when they bloom.
Yeah.
But we didn't go because my dad, he wasn't sure his time at work, his PTO, or like when he
okay.
could take off. He wasn't sure how much he had left, so we just waited till we're gonna go to in December. But
Yeah.
then we changed our mind because you know what things are happening right now with the president
Oh,
of the
yeah.
United States.
Yeah,
Things
maybe
are
not
happening with the
be-
immigration stuff. We
Right.
didn't want to risk leaving the country and then coming back and then questioning us like why are we here? But like we're
Right.
citizens of Americans. So we're to be safe, we're just gonna wait till next year and then we'll go back to Japan. And right now I'm showing Japan pictures right now on my
Oh, yeah.
computer.
Nice.
So yeah, those aren't my pictures. Those are just pictures I found.
Okay, I was to say those are gorgeous.
But that just gives you a good look of Tokyo, Japan.
Yep.
But there's many places around Japan to visit. But yeah, unfortunately, we won't be going this year because of everything's happening right now with the world. So we're gonna wait till next year. But
Yeah, let the world cool down for a
Yeah,
minute.
let it cool down for a
Japan will
bit.
still be there.
it'll still be there. Yeah.
You gonna visit the staircase again, or
I might go back again.
Yeah.
I mean, that staircase was beautiful
Uh-huh.
from that anime, and then obviously I showed you that movie.
yeah?
the
I
anime
do want to
film.
touch base on those films. Who's that director? He should be 3 of his
Oh
films,
yeah,
right?
so that was Makoto Shinkai. He's well known for doing anime films and movies and stuff like that. But his he's made so much. But his most popular one are Your Name, Weathering with You, and Suzume. Those are like the 3 recent films. But you also have Garden of Words, but that's like I think it's like a 15-20 minute film.
A little
or
short
30 minute.
film?
Yeah, it's like a short film, but it's actually really good.
Well, I say we watch that one.
Yeah,
next
we can
then.
watch that one next.
Yeah.
But that was before Your Name. So yeah, Garden of Words, Your Name, Weathering with You, and Suzume. But
Yeah.
Your Name was like the most popular anime.
Oh,
when it
for
came
good
out
reason.
in
That film was
2016.
amazing.
Yeah, I think it was like it came out. I think August or July. I think it was August of 2016 is when it came out, and that was like the most popular anime film.
Yeah.
And I heard rumors that people were just not stop going back to the theater. for that. It was just so popular, and I can see why. After watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the only movie that changed my perspective on anime. Yeah, because I wasn't a huge fan of anime back then until I watched this film, and I'm just like, wow, this is
Yeah.
something I've never felt before in a movie ever.
Well, it's so visually pleasing, and the music's wonderful, and the story's like
know.
unique, and it's yeah. I always thought I was like anime's nerdy or whatever. He showed it to me, I was like, this is amazing.
I know the visuals are gorgeous, the music's great, the voice acting is amazing, and yeah, like learn about the culture there too. Like
Yeah.
they say some culture stuff too. it's like the thread, like
Yep.
the ribbon thread, what that means and what that symbolizes. Like I think it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And you wrote, it was an EP called Heart of Japan after your visit, right?
Oh yeah. So after I stayed there for a week, I found some inspiration in Japan. So I wrote an EP. I think it was like 3 months after I came back on that year. I wrote a 6-track EP about
Yeah.
my trip to Japan. I was gonna write an album, but I was like, this was like so short notice
Yeah.
because I wasn't planning on making anything quickly. But then I was like, I found some inspiration.
Yeah, a
So I
song
wanted
for
to-
each day that you were there.
Yeah, so I wrote the music based off my time there, and so
Nice.
if I play that music or play it in person, I'm reminded of that those
Little
times.
inside scoop, was there any like melodies or inspirations when you were walking around the city, or when you came home you just kind of pondered your visit and then made something to imitate that feeling?
It's kind of like both. Like when I was there, I was like finding melodies. I was like going through like the experience, and then coming home, I went looked through my pictures and like found like a melody as well. Yeah. So it's kind of.
Do you
both.
ever turn off the artist brain? Like for me, everywhere I go, I'm like, oh, this could be a song. Like I can't shut it off. I don't know if that's healthy or not. What's it like for you? Are you at work and then you're at play, then you're making music, or is it kind of all inter?
Honestly, when I'm working, I can find some like melodies in my head. I just don't know what they're called, but I can't interpret it because I don't have a piano at work.
Right.
But I work better with the piano at home. So when I go home and play something random, like, ooh, this sounds really nice. So then like I kind of like just keep playing to see what happens, where it goes, where it takes me.
Exactly.
Yeah, and add some accidentals, like add some flats, add some sharps to see what this sounds with that,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually it'll be a song if I can find
Yeah.
like a good title of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and you had a friend from overseas like just hum a melody, and then you just took that melody and made it into like a beautiful song.
Oh, yeah, that was June 1st. I just recently released a new song. Yeah, it's called "A Voice from Afar."
Voice
So
from
I had-
afar, folks.
Yeah,
Check
so
it out.
I heard it was a friend of mine. Her name is Mireille. She's Japanese. I met her online and with a group of friends online too. So then I got bored. So I asked her to hum me a simple melody.
Yeah.
And then she hummed the melody, and then I figured it out on the keys after my so like many years of experience of playing the piano. So I was able to find something out of that melody, and I wanted to interpret her melody into my song. So if you play the music, A Voice from Afar, you'll hear the melody of her voice and then my piano part playing with her, and then it transforms into a song when you listen to the whole thing. And it's also accompanied by a violinist too, just to make it a little more emotional,
Yeah.
very touching.
Oh, it's
soothing.
one of your best songs, dude. Honestly, it's so cool.
It's funny because like not a lot of people around our area
Mm-hmm.
they know the song, but like people like all over the internet, the world, they know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, every now and then I'll like peep your Spotify or your YouTube and be like, oh, Aaron's got like fans and like way over there and some over here.
I know it's
cool.
kind of ironic how I have people I know here in Portland, but like they don't know anything about my music. It's
Dude,
kind of ironic.
That is the hard
Yeah.
part because I'm like, oh, you're my friends. You want to listen to this? And it's like after about a year of that, I'm like, they don't want to listen to
Yeah, they don't
this.
listen to it. It's just people around the world, which I
Yeah,
really
which is cool.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I try to delve into little Reddit communities every now and then and like share people's songs or my songs. And I don't know how much traction it gets, but it gets it out of my brain where I'm like, all right, this new thing's out. Now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm still impressed of how many songs you can write. Like,
Dude, that's the part of I can't turn it off. I just,
it
but
takes
thank
me
you.
it takes me a while to like figure out melodies because like I'm not too sure if this sounds too cheesy or too corny or like too boring or bland. So I have to like carefully pick the melodies, but then at the same time, like who really cares if it's not like perfect? Just kind of just play it and see what happens.
Well, we have a mutual friend who lives pretty close to here who's like perfectionistic, and he hasn't released anything in like ever in years because he's too like it's not done yet. And
Yeah.
with me, it's as soon as I get it recorded, I'm like, good enough. It's a feeling. It's a
Yeah.
timestamp, you know.
Timestamp, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The music's so fun though. We went to you brought me to that piano store.
Yeah, I took you to that the classic piano in Portland.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was like, I know you love playing the piano too, just like me. So I was
Yeah.
like, let's just go check out the piano store. And I was also about to upgrade to another piano
Mm-hmm.
after almost 2 years of having the other one.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a fun time.
It was great. There's like 100 pianos in there or more.
There might be more in the back rooms, but there's a lot of choices in that
Yeah.
small building too.
That
Yeah.
one we played that was worth what, 70,000, or I could be way
Yeah.
off. I can't remember, but it was like way more money than I felt comfortable
Yeah,
playing
that
on
piano.
the
It
piano.
was a Busendorfer brand. I think it's a Vienna brand. It's a European piano brand.
Mhm.
That one that was sitting on stage. I think
Yeah.
that was like $100. It was like $174,000.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was
Sounded
beautiful.
beautiful.
piano.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that big though. Like it was about 5 foot long.
Yeah.
Like a normal sized piano, but it was like 174,000.
Yeah.
It's probably because of the brand, because
Yeah,
it is a
yeah.
very good European brand
Mhm.
piano. So that's probably why. But I mean, pianos in general are expensive.
Oh yeah, they're big, bulky, and there's a lot of parts.
Yeah, a
it,
lot of parts.
it makes sense.
Much more than a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
in a
more
house
enjoyment than
combined.
a car and a house,
I
you
know.
know? Who
Like,
needs homes?
Like it's most likely like a rich person's instrument. But I mean, it's just something about pianos. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're always going to be that's going to be your instrument of choice. Do you think you'll ever delve into playing the violin or guitar or anything like that?
I did try playing violin. It's
Mhm.
just way too difficult.
Dude,
Keeping
yeah.
the bow like steady, because I realize how like unsteady my hand is when I'm putting
Yeah.
on the bow. It just keeps bouncing on the strings. Yeah, like it's very you have to be very consistent and
Mhm.
practice like almost every day, like just like playing the piano.
Yep.
But I just can't. Like I don't know. It's just too difficult.
Yeah. Well, it's a skill. You can develop it, but if you don't feel the need to, then yeah, it's going to be really hard to get good
Yeah,
at it.
because I thought about learning violin so I can play the violin myself and use it as a own recording. But I'm just
Yeah.
like it's gonna take me a while.
Well, people like to collaborate too and team
Yeah.
up, so it's
So I just use a violinist I can find on freelance
Mhm.
jobs, like the one
Nice.
that helped me with my album and my song. She's
Yeah.
been very, very helpful.
good.
Yeah.
Good. Shout out. Yeah, I want to team up with my drumming friend, but like all my tracks, I don't ever use a tempo. I just write and play, and then it makes it like impossible to drum to.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't play with like
Click
tempo.
track
You just kind
or-
of just go for it. I
Yep,
remember.
and
Yeah.
that's my bad.
No worries. There's no problem with that.
No, exactly. Was there anything that's been on your mind the last couple weeks you felt like talking about, or what's
I just recently had an injury on my wrist.
right?
Yeah, so tendonitis. People keep saying it's carpal tunnel, but it's not.
Mm.
I could be totally wrong, but carpal tunnel, at least what I looked up, it's basically the same area as tendonitis, but the
Yeah.
only difference is that your arm becomes numb, and I think your middle or ring finger doesn't like work. Like you have to like kind of put like something in your wrist. I think you have to like get a surgery too. if
This is
it's,
for
like,
carpal tunnel.
yeah, if it's carpal
Yeah.
tunnel. But this is tendonitis because my fingers work fine, and then it just hurts my wrist if I bend
Mhm.
up or down. So right now I'm wearing a brace, but it's a lot better than it was last week. It takes about 2 weeks or so,
Yeah.
to recover. But even it says like it takes like months or even a year if it's like really bad.
Yeah.
But this isn't too bad.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's been happening for the past couple weeks. I haven't played the piano for about a week until today.
Mhm.
I just played a little bit, and my gosh, my strength it hurts a little bit, but my strength is not there yet.
Yeah.
So I might need to relax my wrist just a little longer
Mhm.
before I can come back.
It's just life telling you to take a little reset, you know,
Yeah.
and don't jam so hard next time.
Don't jam so hard. That's funny too, because I've had this exactly a year ago in June of the same time, around the same time. But last year was a lot worse than this year.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Because last year was just piano. I remember last year was the piano because I was playing really hard. I was being careless
Yeah.
about my hands. And then this year was a little different. It was probably because I was playing my new Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah. Well, you gotta enjoy life.
Yeah, I gotta enjoy life at least. But yeah, man, I think that's what happened. I'm not too sure because I was also lifting something heavy around that week too. So it could be
A little both,
yeah,
probably.
both maybe lifting something heavy and probably playing my Switch too. It can't be piano because I've been very cautious after a year.
Yeah.
So it can't be the piano for this year at least.
No, and you think if you play every day like you do, it would be strengthened enough that it wouldn't get damaged.
Yeah,
that way.
sometimes it will hurt after playing long extended periods of time, but then it doesn't hurt after that. I have to just either rest or just play slowly, softly. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with lately.
Nah, well, hang in there, buddy. We don't want any recurring injuries.
I know.
Strengthen
It's
it
like,
however you.
if my wrist doesn't work anymore, then I'll probably just have to retire after
Oh no.
like 12 years.
Yeah, that totally. Yeah. After you made a couple more albums.
Yeah, after I make a couple more albums.
Nice.
Yeah.
So to close on this podcast, I kind of like the idea of people sharing what some of their favorite song lyrics. My last guest I didn't prep him, but also he didn't have any favorites, so there's no pressure. But if anything comes to mind,
I mean, there is this one song I've been listening to. I'm not a huge fan of this band, but I do like one of their songs, One Direction.
oh yeah, yeah.
There's a song that I like. It's called "Story of My Life." I don't know if you heard that song before.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, it's a very good song. There's a certain lyric that I like because this is something that I've been dealing with in terms of finding, that the one, the person that you're supposed to be with. It was in the first verse. It says, written in these walls, the stories that I can't explain. I leave my heart open, but it stays right here empty for days. Like that part just felt it, because like I always leave my heart open for anyone.
Yeah.
But then like nothing happens, or like the girl that I talk to doesn't approach me or like reciprocate my feelings. So I'm just like left here like empty for days. And those lyrics just kind of spoke to me, and like and then the rest of the song is history. It's just beautiful. Yeah. And then after listening, I don't know if you heard about one of the members, Liam Payne. He passed away back in October of last year.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, they're all young, right? That's
He's like
shocking.
I think he died at 30 or 31. Wow. Yeah, I won't say too much, but he if something happened to him, I'm pretty sure everyone all knows about the situation. But there was a line that he sung in that song, and then after like listen to it, like it actually happened.
Oh yeah, little.
So like it was still in the beginning of the song. He says, "She told me in the morning she don't feel the same about us in her bones." And then he says, "Seems to me that when I die, these words will be written on my stone." And when he said that, like he's dead, he's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty emotional listening to it again. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of him or just One Direction, I still love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, still speaks to you, and now it's got even another layer to it.
So like people nowadays are searching for that soulmate.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, people are searching for their loved ones out there, and yeah, I am too. But man, I'm not in a rush. Like Jesus has everything in perfect place in time, so there's no need to rush things. Eventually, it will come when I'm least expected.
Yeah,
But,
don't get discouraged in the process. It's a mean old dating world out there, let me tell you. So
yeah, so those are the lyrics that I liked when I was listening to "Story of My Life." Yeah.
A deep cut from One Direction. Not expect that.
I know. I don't really listen to One Direction except for that one. That certain song, that particular song is my favorite. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, Aaron, thank you so much for this, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. And I was originally going to have Aaron play a little piano outro, but as we've talked about, his wrist isn't in good shape. So I will do the piano outro, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Phil.
You're welcome, Aaron. You're welcome.